What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. Let's go with y'all. Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. Hold on, let me adjust the microphone a bit. But first, stay on this one. This one's going to be, I don't know, this is going to be a neat little topic. And before I continue on, I do feel the need to say, remember, guys, this is a very much so opinionated video. This is an opinion-based video, everyone. All right. Now, you read the title. You saw the thumbnail. Got it right first try. I'm proud of myself. I keep getting it right first try. I'm proud. You saw the title. You read the thumbnail. Let's get right into it. If I had to choose just one gun, what it would be and why, or what would it be and why? Let's get right into it. If I could only choose one gun, it's going to have to be a do-it-all gun, meaning this is a gun that I'm going to be able to use for home defense, use for everyday carry, use for an apocalyptic event, whatever. So, naturally speaking, that unfortunately takes pretty much all rifles and shotguns out of the equation. That takes a majority of large revolvers, like, Colt Pythons with 6-inch barrels, for example, takes those pretty much out of the question too. So what gun would it be if I could only choose one gun? All right, I could only own one gun. This is a gun I have to ride with forever. The one gun I would choose more likely than not is probably going to be the Glock 19, whether it be Gen 3 or Gen 4. Now, the reasons why I have those particular generations in mind, why I have that particular model in mind as the firearm I would choose if I could only get one, there's a couple of good reasons. So, for starters, the Glock 19, while not really being a small gun, is still solidly concealable. Therefore, it makes it okay for everyday carry. There are some situations where it's like, oh, I might have to wear tighter clothing, but it's okay, I'll throw a jacket on. Something like that, you know what I mean? Where you might run into some troubles, but in the end, it's not going to be anything that's too big of a deal. So, therefore, that covers the aspect of everyday carry. That's something that we do need. Not to mention that the Glock 19 has a pretty solid capacity, 15 plus 1 in the chamber. Even if your backup mag is still just another 15-round mag, that's 31 rounds you're carrying on you total. That's something that's pretty damn good if you ask me. So, just off the concealed carry aspect, a Glock 19, pretty solid. That's actually, if I'm not mistaken, the reason why the Glock 19 was made. That is Glock's first compact gun, you could say. And the reason why I put quotes around it is because for being a compact gun, a gun that you're supposed to be able to conceal carry fairly easily, it is fairly large. Now, moving on just from the concealed carry aspect, let's go ahead and dive into home defense. The Glock 19, since it is a double-stacked 9mm Glock, it can take the 15-round magazines, the 17-round magazines. It can take the 17 plus 2 base plate extension magazines. It can take the 31-round mags, the 33-round mags, the 24-round mags. It can take any double-stacked 9mm OEM Glock mag. Now, I'm sure it can take some aftermarket mags too, whatnot, but I don't really like to dabble in aftermarket magazines. If you know me well enough, you know that already. But you get a great capacity out of it. It is very easy to shoot. If you have not shot a Glock 19 before, I have no clue how. But it's the most popular handgun pretty much on the planet, shooting the most popular handgun caliber pretty much on the planet. Regardless, though, fairly easy to shoot, good capacity, has a rail on it so you can get a light on there. If I'm not mistaken, there are also MOS versions out there. So, if you want to get a dot on there, boom, you can do that. Overall, it does everything you would want it to do. Now, another aspect that a lot of people don't like to consider when they, come across this question is the availability of parts. And the reason why I say that is because some people, they'll be like, oh yeah, well, if I'm going to choose any gun in particular, I want it to be, this old school. Let me think of something that, actually, I'm not even going to think of anything old school. I'm going to choose something that I know for a fact 99% of people on the planet can't get. Oh, I want to go for like a Glock 46. If you guys don't know what a Glock 46 is, look it up. It is baffling. But you're not going to be able to find most parts that are going to operate fully for your Glock 46. My whole point is that generally speaking, you don't want to choose a gun that you're not going to be able to find parts for if anything breaks. Because one, you are going to want to practice with your gun. If you only have one firearm, if you can only choose one, you want to be as proficient with it as possible. There's no other way around it. But you also don't want a gun that's going to break on you when you need it because you've overused it. So that's something you don't have to worry about with Glock 19. You don't want, with Glocks as a whole, you really don't have to worry about them breaking from overuse unless you were shooting an insane amount of ammo through them. Like, I've even seen people, like, I've legitimately heard people talk about how they put 8,000 rounds through their Glock, no cleaning, no problems. So generally speaking, that's not a problem you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about, parts breaking on you super easy. But let's say a part does break on you with something like the Glock 19, which is the most popular handgun pretty much on the planet. It's not going to be hard to get parts. It's not going to be a big challenge for you. And best, it's not going to be expensive. It's not going to sit there and break the wallet. It's not going to, it's not going to make you mad at yourself for choosing this gun as your only gun. Now, that's just from the aspect of home defense. And as I mentioned before, everyday carry. Let's move on to the aspect of an apocalyptic situation. Once again, I have to keep highlighting the fact that it has a good capacity, it's a good size, and once again, the parts availability is just out of this world. Truth be told, in an apocalyptic situation, if you don't have a double stack 9mm Glock, let alone a Glock 19, you're probably doing yourself a disservice, considering you'll be able to find parts and mags left, right, up, down, everywhere you look pretty much in an apocalyptic situation. There will probably be a Glock mag or a piece for your Glock that you can use. It's overall, I don't know. I mean, some people are going to argue, oh, that's a very basic answer. However, there are reasons behind why I chose this answer. It's a pretty solid caliber. 9mm is very easy to shoot, low recoil. You get a good capacity out of it, and I've seen not very great, but solid ballistics out of it, especially for a handgun caliber. You get a light rail. There's a lot of reasons why I chose this particular gun out of all of them. You get the name brand Glock, which comes with Glock reliability. You get literally the availability of parts that you would find is unmatched. There are several reasons why I chose this particular gun. And not to mention, just beyond all of it, who doesn't like Glock? Be real with yourselves here. You can sit here and say, oh, I don't like some of the things they've done as a business, but you know damn well you like their guns. You know damn well you do. But with that being said, I think that about wraps it up for this video. I don't want to keep going in circles here. Why did I choose the Glock 19 as, if I could only have one gun, it would be this. It's just, I have to choose one in particular. I can't own any others. Once again, it will do everything I pretty much need it to. There's no other way to say it. But with that being said, I think that about wraps it up. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all, and whether or not you agree with me, honestly, I'm hoping y'all do agree with me, because it seems like a pretty common sense, solid, well thought out answer here. But whether or not you agree with me, go ahead and make sure to comment it down below. I want to know why. Other than that, y'all make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.